Hey guys, Fat Man's here. So I wanted to show you this. You can buy toggles. I'm not into buying stuff that I can, I like to make it. It gives me a creative outlet, I guess. So I made this out of one of my dog's old bones that they had chewed the crap out of. But they couldn't quite chew it any further than what they had it. So I cut this piece out. I did video of it. It took me, I had 25 minutes of video just making this stupid toggle because the bone was so hard. It was like, wow, I can only liken it to working with stone because it was that hard. I couldn't cut it with my hacksaw. So anyway, the way I'm gonna attach the toggle is I'm gonna put 2 holes in the front of the haversack that'll go through, and you'll just stick the toggle in there and tie it. Simple. Remember, simplicity is kind of the name of the game when you're out in the woods and you don't want to get, you just don't have that opportunity to do everything the way you want to. So, I'm going to figure out where the center of this flap comes, and I'm just going to, we're going to just do a slot in this front of the flap here too, and that should work out pretty well. So I'm just going to put just a light pencil mark about center, up about 3/4 of an inch to an inch from the bottom of the flap. And that's where I'm going to put my holes. I'm going to put 2 holes, so each lace has a way to go through. I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, I got a couple of slits here. They are about 1/4 of an inch long, so I should be able to squeeze this through there okay. The lacing is only 1/8 of an inch. But I tried it at 1/8 and I couldn't get the lacing through there, period. I suppose it would help if I had a lacing needle. There's one. Now this has also some other benefits because I'm not going to shorten it any. But from the inside, all I'm going to do is tie a knot. Nothing fancy, just see if I can get that so you can see it. Simple overhand knot. The rest of it can just stay in there. If it happens that you need to, hook it way up higher, you can still do that. For the most part, I'll probably keep it down closer, but for now, this is the way it's going to go. So I'm going to go, I've got a center line still on my flap here, and I want that toggle an inch from at least an inch up from the bottom. So I'm going to add a pencil here. Let's use this. So there's my inch. And now I'm going to make the slot just an inch long and hope that's long enough. We'll see. Sometimes you don't ever really know until you actually try to use it. Look at that. So there's our toggle. There's no way that's coming open without, sticking it back through the hole. So they're easy to use, easy to make, As long as you don't use bone that's hard as a rock. That's pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch around this so that it gives it a little extra strength. I'm probably going to trim it a little bit, make it a little wider, just to make it a little easier to use. But when I go around it, I'll stitch it, and I'll be back in a little while and I'll show you that one. Thanks for watching so far. Hey guys, I was just going to start stitching around this, and I wanted to show you. This is one of those places where I want the stitching to actually look okay. So I'm coming through the back, and I'm just going to kind of pull it a little bit. Now I'm going to pull my thread up. I'm going to bring this around this piece and through in front of it in the hole here. So it's kind of like this piece is over here, which came through this hole first, and then I went on the other side of it. And we'll pull it down. So now we'll go to the next hole from the back first. Alright. Pull it. And this one has to come around. Pull it back. It goes in front of that one. Alright, so let's see if I can zoom this in a bit. Going through from the back. We'll lay this. This is the previous one. I'm going to lay the one I just pulled through over to the side. I'm going to come around the outside and back down in front of it. Does that make sense? I'll show you here after I get a couple more done why you want to do that, because it just lends a little bit to the appearance. Now I don't have to pull any of these stitches really tight. And if you're using a different, pricking iron that pricks a diamond-shaped hole, you don't, you'll automatically kind of get this kind of look. You still need to pay attention to what you're doing, but it'll kind of automatically get that look. Okay. So there's a few stitches done, and you can kind of see how they lay back and forth. It just looks a little more attractive that way. So, everything will kind of get worn in time, and it'll relax a little bit, and it'll really show the difference. But, oops, other way. Woo, here we go. So I'm going to finish stitching around this hole. I'm going to tie off. Might go around it twice if I've got enough thread here. But really it doesn't make that much difference. We'll just tie it off in the back. It's only there to help so that toggle doesn't pull through. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll get our straps hung on it. Alright guys, I got a towel stuffed in there so you can kind of see with the flap closed. That's the haversack. I think that toggle really sets it off and really looks good. Now we need some attachment points for a strap. So what I did when I did this one, simple, all I did, they're 1-inch D-rings. So I cut a 1-inch wide strap, which works out really well when I use this ruler off of my tri-square, because it's 1-inch wide. So I just lay it, I cut down both sides of it, and I got a 1-inch strap. And they need to be about 3.5 inches long. And you'll just fold them over, punch your holes in through this and into the back of the sack. Take a few measurements and try to get it even so that they're even across the back like this. And you'll be able to tell, but it's not really a huge deal. This one I liked the offset with the stitching, but I didn't have any brown thread, so I went with the white and it'll kind of blend in a little better. But that's all there is to it. So I'm going to get those put on. Like I said, they're really simple. There's nothing to them. I'll get these on and we'll be back. I'm not going to show you, you take a couple of measurements, you get them spaced evenly apart, evenly in from the edges. It's really pretty simple. I don't want to make any marks, so I need to concentrate a little more on it because it's on the outside of the haversack. So I'm going to get that done and I'll be back with you. Alrighty, I got one done. Thought I'd show you how it looks. And I'll put the other one on, and that pretty much completes our haversack. The only other thing to do is put a strap on it. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one, just a regular nylon strap. Something you can pick up at Walmart, and it's all ready to go. So, with that being said, I'm going to call her done. I'll just put the other one on there. You'll probably see this sack in some future videos, I hope. So, Stacy, I did make a little teeny mark that's going to get covered up by the attachment here. So, all that being said, stay safe, God bless, and we will catch you in the next video.